Service Commission. Well, those screened and confirmed are Samson Walu as chairman, with Abinye Pepo, Blessing Derefaka, Baranen Robinson, and Dorcas Amos as members. Well, recall that on the 22nd of March, the House passed the Rivers State Assembly Service Commission Amendments Bill into law, wherein the House gave itself the power to appoint the chairman and members of the Assembly Service Commission. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, in Rivers State, Tosuema Osaro, has asked the Martin Amehule-led lawmakers to stop heating up the polity with their laws, which he says is intended to take over the powers of the governor. In an interview, Mr. Osaro urged the lawmakers to await the outcome of judicial proceedings against their legitimacy.
Whatever they are doing will not in any way pit Rivers people against themselves. Rather, the good people of Rivers State will stand tall to protect democracy, protect the law, and to stand by the law. There are matters pending in the courts based on this violation of the Constitution. We are still waiting patiently for the courts to come up with valid judgment on this matter. And it is also very important to know that hence they have gone to court, other persons have also gone to court. It is necessary for every party to be peaceful and wait for the outcome of the courts.
Mr. Osaro said the continued sitting of the lawmakers, despite ongoing court cases, is an abuse of power and a slap on democracy.
It is unacceptable in a democracy like this. Doing that means slap on democracy. There is no reasonable public that will appreciate or clap for them in what they are doing. And so the attempts of trying to make laws or renew laws or amend laws is unnecessary, is uncalled for. I think honorable men would have done is to honorably, retain and then prepare for election. They should not hold the sitting governor to ransom with such purported laws they are amending or making. It is not allowed. It's not decent.
In the meantime, an elder statesman, Anabs Sarah Ibe, says the actions of the Martin Amehule-led assembly can only happen because Governor Fubara is indecisive amidst the current political crisis in the state. Mr. Sarah Ibe tells correspondent Suebio Ruwari that Rivers people will support the governor when they know exactly where he stands in the political crisis.
Well, we don't know what Simon wants. We're still waiting for him to come up soon, focus and direct. Is he ready to fight his way out? Or is he ready to give in? What does he want? How does he want to tailor it? Because if he cannot understand the dynamics of politics that 2027 depends on today, then I don't know what he's doing. If he's decisive to say, yes, this is where he's going, Rivers people will go with him. But if he's not decisive, then there's nothing they can do. If Sim is not ready to fight, we cannot fight for him. Not because of Sim. If it's only Sim, nobody will do it.
Well, Mr. Sarah Igbe, however, said the Rivers Elders Forum is not fighting for the governor, but for the state.
What the elders are after is you don't run the state as a personal estate. You rule Rivers Charity and have a top down. At the same time, you are controlling Abuja. You want to control Rivers. That's the only problem Rivers will have. Not because of ethnicity or ethnic sentiment. You are not fighting for Sim. If you are fighting for Sim only, we would have not done anything. Because as I speak to you, I can speak bold to say Sim has not given us one time in this struggle we are fighting as elders of the state. We spend our own money to fight this battle. We want to make sure that let there be ownership and let there be governance.
Moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoku, says Nigeria is not mature for state policing, despite the many security challenges in the country. He spoke today during a national dialogue on state police held in Abuja, where the IGP, represented by AIG Ben Okolo, argued, among other factors, that there is the potential for abuse of power by the state political leadership. Still to come, displaced Rumowoji traders accuse allotment committee of neglect. Stay tuned. of the news. Some displaced shop owners at the Malwan Market, Rumuoji, Port Harcourt, have accused the River State Government Committee on Rumuoji Market Shops allocation of issuing new shops without considering the original owners. The leader of the shop owners, Princess George, said this during their protest at the government house today, where Princess George Will alleged that the committee flouted the agreement that the original shop owners should first be considered in their allocation before others.
According to what was said, that priority will be given to shop owners. I am aware that since this form has been flying, the phase one that already exists in the market, they have been coming to get the same form. Now these people are coming and they are giving priority. Now they said in the committee we will all go together and we will check and they will allocate what belongs to us. Then they will do what they want to do with the rest. But here I am today, they went, nobody called me, nobody told me, nobody informed me. I go, they don't answer me. The day of verification I went there, they did not answer me.
While another trader also spoke.
We are saying that they are not part of that balloting process. And now they agree that they are going to give us our shop. We have our documents. The next thing that should be done, as they have said, is to give us this market that they finish building. Now you are talking of association. How can you be talking of association when this is displaced shop owners? The paper that was published in Guide, in that list, 441 names were published. Less than 250 are genuine shop owners in that list. More than 35 names were repeated on that list.
But the chairperson of the allocation committee, Clarkson Ugulu, explained that the process they employed was to prevent fraud.
The form is just a formality so that we can have something to work with. When you bring your name and your documents, we will know that if you say today that your name is Hassan and your name shows that you're Hassan, and on the paper your shop owner 200, automatically Hassan has crossed. So it is only after we have finished with the original shop owners and we can now go to those who balloted. I have to ascertain that the original shop owners get their shop, and the only way I can ascertain is when you bring your certificates and your name.
Also, the head of service, George Nweke, assured the traders that the committee would do its best.
If you find any bias or you suspect any bias, let us know. We will address you very well. But as the committee has started a process, we will continue with that process, fine-tune it wherever we think that maybe the process is not very good. So my assurance to you is that this committee will live up to expectation. I am betting you my own position and my own image that whatever this committee will do will stand the test of time. The number of people that may have been shop owners there, even if 100% of them will not get, but a very large percentage will get.
Well, recall that the Malwan Rumuoji market in Port Harcourt was gutted by fire in 2016 and rebuilt in 2019 by the administration of former Governor Nyesom Wike. In another development, some prospective employees who were not engaged by the Captain Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, Rumola, have again called for their reinstatement. They made the appeal during a protest to the River State Government House today. While the leader of the group, Pressure Amadi, said we issued employment letters, but surprisingly what...
We were said that we are fully employed and congratulated. And we were told to hold on. By the month of October, if you send text message, you will come for biometrics. And after that process, some persons were sent for biometrics. And we were not. Even persons that were not issued appointment letters were sent text message for biometrics. And we're asking since October till today. And some persons were taking and receiving salaries. At the same time, we were giving appointment letters. What is our crime? What is the criteria for removing us as staffs of the Polytechnic? Every time we go to the institution to ask questions, we were told and turned back that the thing is in batches.
Well, in his response, the head of service, George Nweke, said their employment was invalid because the school authority employed more than the approved number. Both public and private schools in River State resumed today for the 2023-2024 third-term academic session, where some public school teachers commended the level of attendance. The teachers, however, raised concerns over the effect of the economic situation in the country on the students, as some of them came to school without learning materials.
God will help parents because the economy is not encouraging. Some have started bringing their books, some came empty-handed.
In every time we need material, writing materials, teaching aids, always we need those things. So from government, whichever, if the community brings anything for us, we take and use it for academic work.
Well, some of the students also spoke to our correspondent.
I'm extremely ready because throughout the holiday I was just waiting for school to start. I was bored at home.
Give us scheme of work of what you are going to learn this time. I'm 100% prepared. Not all students came, but all teachers came.
Today we learned some few subjects, writing scheme of work and revision of last term. Like 5 subjects today.
We learn English.
Yeah, we do clean up and we learn 2 subjects, computer and literature. Like 10 teachers. All learn like that.
I'm in SS3, so I'm writing my so teacher just came to brief us, an English teacher.
Away from that, a group, the Andoni Project, is condemning an alleged plot by some politicians to reduce the voting strength of some wards where they have no stronghold or have failed during the 2023 election in Andoni. A statement by the group's publicity secretary, Josiah Awajis, claimed that some INEC workers in the operations and ICT departments have already been mobilized with over 500,000 naira for a start and were uncovered through intelligence. Well, the statement described the alleged plot as unpatriotic, unconstitutional, and illegal, calling on INEC to be vigilant and not allow themselves to be used by desperate politicians to achieve their selfish interests. Well, the statement advised the politicians behind the alleged plot to rather work towards giving the people the dividends of good governance. Well, the group further said it would resist any attempt to subvert the people's will. INEC has yet to comment on this.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
3 Germans have been arrested on suspicion of working with the Chinese Secret Service to hand over technology that could be used for military purposes. The arrests came a week after Chancellor Olaf Scholz traveled to China to press Beijing on its support for Russia's wartime economy and to raise issues of intellectual property theft and fair market access. Well, that's the news this evening, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that the Martin Amehule-led assembly has overridden Governor Fubara again. Some displaced Rumuwoji traders have accused the shop allotment committee of ignoring original owners. Some prospective employees of Captain Elechi Amadi Polytechnic are calling for their reinstatement. The IGP says Nigeria is not mature for state police. And on the foreign scene, Germany has arrested 3 people suspected of giving technology to China. The news was edited by Martha Okerenkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.